Hello everyone, and welcome back to All Transfer News. Today, we've got the latest updates on our beloved club, Liverpool. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment of Liverpool transfer news. Let's get started.
Huge Liverpool signing definitely off as Fabrizio Romano confirms PSG intentions. Liverpool cool interest in new attacker, turning focus to keeping exit-linked duo. Amid transfer web, Liverpool have reportedly stepped back from plans to sign an immediate impact forward this summer, a decision that could strengthen their resolve to keep two wingers who had been tipped for an exit. It's already been a hectic summer at Anfield. The reigning Premier League champions have smashed their transfer record to bring in Florian Wirtz in a $116 million deal, including add-ons, making him both Liverpool and the Premier League's most expensive signing ever. That marquee arrival followed previously agreed or completed deals for Georgi Mamardashvili, Jeremy Frimpong, and Armin Pexi. Milos Kerkez is expected to become the Reds' fifth signing this summer, with a $40 million-plus move from Bournemouth set to be finalized shortly. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace's Mark Guehi remains a top target to replace Jarell Quansah, who is closing in on a $35 million switch to Bayer Leverkusen, inclusive of bonuses. Elsewhere, The Sun recently suggested that Liverpool were preparing a move for Paris Saint-Germain winger Bradley Barcola, looking to take advantage of his reduced status under Luis Enrique, with the PSG boss currently preferring a front three of Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, Desiré Doué, and Ousmane Dembélé. However, respected journalist Fabrizio Romano has poured cold water on that possibility. Taking to X, Romano stated, "Paris Saint-Germain have no plans to let Bradley Barcola leave this summer. Both management and Luis Enrique see him as an important part of the squad for next season. With Barcola off the market, Liverpool are now more likely to retain Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo, both of whom had attracted significant interest. Diaz continues to be linked to Barcelona as a backup option should their move for Athletic Bilbao's Nico Williams fall through. Al Nassr and Bayern Munich have also shown interest in the Colombian. Ironically, Bayern's priority remains Williams, and with personal terms already agreed between the Spanish champions and the winger, Bayern may pivot to Anfield should the deal collapse. Bayern's admiration for Diaz and Gakpo is well known, but Liverpool's current stance is clear. Unless they can line up a top-tier replacement, they are not willing to part with either. Under Arne Slot's management last season, both players significantly elevated their performances. Quansah's exit creates a defensive headache as Guehi interest heats up. Jarell Quansah's impending departure presents Liverpool with one of the first real challenges of the Slot era, filling a squad hole due to an outgoing transfer. As the club confirmed Wirtz's blockbuster arrival over the weekend, talks also accelerated regarding Quansah's exit to Bayer Leverkusen. With a reported $30 million-plus fee agreed and a buyback clause included, all parties appear to be satisfied. Fabrizio Romano has already given the transfer his trademark "here we go" approval. For Liverpool, this is a savvy piece of business. They'll cash in on a promising defender while keeping the door open for a future return, especially given the aging Virgil van Dijk, now 33, the inconsistent availability of Joe Gomez, and the growing uncertainty around Ibrahima Konate's future. From Quansah's perspective, it's a smart career move. A Champions League club like Leverkusen offers both development opportunities and guaranteed game time, two things that might have been harder to come by at Anfield. Playing in the more methodical Bundesliga might also benefit a player who struggled with individual errors last season. Leverkusen, in turn, get a high-potential defender to help cover for the departure of Jonathan Tah, possibly gaining a long-term asset capable of competing at the top level for years. The growing transfer connection between Leverkusen and Liverpool, strengthened by sporting directors Simon Rolfs and Richard Hughes, now plays a significant role in both clubs' summer business. Slot's squad rebuild faces new test. Richard Hughes has made an impressive start to life at Liverpool, working closely with Arne Slot to reshape the team left behind by Jurgen Klopp. However, Quansah's exit poses a new test. It's only the second time since Slot's appointment that Liverpool are being forced to react to a departure. The first was when Trent Alexander-Arnold moved to Real Madrid, prompting a swift move for Frimpong. Now, with only 3 senior center-backs likely to remain, Slot will need reinforcements. Although academy talent Amara Nalo shows promise, it's unlikely the club will depend solely on youth. The most obvious solution lies in the transfer market, and all signs point toward Marc Guéhi. The Crystal Palace centre-back fits the bill, experienced in the Premier League, confident with the ball at his feet, and homegrown, which is increasingly important given the exits of Kell.
Manchester United remain locked in negotiations to finalize a transfer fee, following a 45 million plus 10 million bid submitted by Ruben Amorim's side earlier this month, although Tottenham and Brentford boss Thomas Frank have made late attempts to hijack the deal. United are still expected to get the transfer over the line. Matheus Cunha has already completed a $62.5 million move from Wolves and is set to play as one of Amorim's attacking midfielders in his preferred 3-4-3 formation. Meanwhile, Melmo is more effective on the opposite flank, which could see Amad Diallo drop to the bench or be deployed as a right wing-back. Since reports first emerged linking Melmo with a switch, speculation has increased that Amad may be forced to leave United. However, former United striker Louis Saha has urged the club not to part ways with the Ivorian. Speaking to the Daily Express via BetSelect, Saha insisted, "If there are one or two players who must stay, it's Amad and Bruno Fernandes. He's the type who doesn't care where he's asked to play. He said so himself. He'd even line up at left back or center half if needed." This summer, Amorim is overseeing a major attacking overhaul. With Cunha already in and Brentford's Brian Mbeumo expected to follow, a new central striker is also on the wish list. At the same time, several outgoings are anticipated. Marcus Rashford, Antony, and Jadon Sancho, each of whom spent parts of last season on loan, are all likely to leave. Meanwhile, United supporters voiced their fury after Alejandro Garnacho was seen wearing an Aston Villa shirt with Marcus Rashford's name on the back. Garnacho, 20, has been told by Amorim to find a new club after an underwhelming season that saw him net only 6 goals in the Premier League. He is now exploring options, with Napoli and Chelsea among those interested. While on vacation, Garnacho has been seen in locations such as Rome and Tokyo. His most recent stop was the Spanish island of Ibiza, where he appeared in a controversial photo outside a luxury villa, flanked by 2 Lamborghinis and donning a Villa jersey with Rashford's name on it. The image angered many United fans, though some took a more lenient view. "Diabolical," one fan posted. "This is why we need a culture reset," said another. Meanwhile, Villa supporters welcomed the possibility of Garnacho joining them permanently as a potential replacement for Rashford. One fan commented, "He's begging for a move," while another replied, "Leave him alone." Elsewhere, United boss Ruben Amorim has been advised by Portuguese club president Fernando Lopes to abandon his pursuit of Sporting CP striker Victor Gyökeres. According to sources close to Team Talk, United are keen to sign a new number 9 and are confident that Amorim's prior relationship with Gyökeres will help seal the deal. But Lopes, president of amateur club União Tires,